I'm John Beaudin from the Aircom Radio Network, and our special guest, Johanna Sillanpaa.
Thank you.
Johanna and I have known each other for quite a lot of years, and I'm such a fan of this CD. Did you record it in June? Because everyone seems to record Christmas albums in June.
Yeah, it was June or July. Yeah.
Did you feel Christmassy? Golly gee willikers?
It was strange. You know, it was one of those odd experiences. Like, this does not belong here right now. It was plus 30 and we're down in a basement studio recording it.
Always curious about Christmas albums. What led to you saying, I think I'll record a Christmas album? Were you watching It's a Wonderful Life? I mean, everyone has a little Christmas in them, I believe. Mm-hmm. But what is it that got you to finally doing this?
Well, I did for a number of years before I recorded this album. We used to do these concerts at the Scandinavian Centre here in Calgary, and over the years we kind of came up with these cool arrangements, and it became an annual thing, and the turnout was always really great. And I just said one year, I said, we should record these tunes. Like, I really like these arrangements. So it kind of was it wasn't something we just jumped on. It just stewed with me for a few years. So yeah.
My one wish this Christmas, truth be known, I don't wish for diamonds or bracelets of gold. Just come home for Christmas, let him know I'm leaving this light on to guide him.
How difficult is it to A, write a Christmas song, because there are originals on here, and B, pick the traditional stuff? Was that difficult for you? Did it just flow? How was it?
Yeah, it was. It was kind of strange to write Christmas. I've written a number of tunes over the years, but I'd never consider myself a very heavy lyricist. But I had to really work on it because you have to use the little Christmas terms and tie it all together, and it was fun. And then I also did some translations of a bunch of Swedish traditionals, so that had me working pretty hard there for a bit to make it sound good and still getting the gist of the original lyric. So
that lineage, that Swedish part of who you are, did you get a thumbs up from the family?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think they all appreciate it. And then, quite frankly, the melodies are really beautiful, and I just thought it would be nice for, a North American audience to be able to relate to these tunes.
Ett barn är fött på denna dag, så var Guds välbehag. Det föddes av en jungfru själv, Guds son, det barnet är. Här vilar du i ringhet klädd på världen.
One of my favorite songs of this album, it's an original. I've told you for years that this is going to be the song that either will make you $1 million through discovering your version, or Celine Dion will hear it and say, I need it, or she'll say, I really need to record it. Whatever it is, One Wish, tell me about that song, because we're going to be playing a clip of it in a second. Tell me about that one.
Well, I'm open. First, I want to say, Celine, if you want to use my tune, I am open to that. And absolutely, it's not an ego thing for me. I love the tune. So if, hey, anyone wants to sing it, go ahead. One Wish is a collaboration with a great piano player from Edmonton, Chris Andrew, and he co-wrote a couple tunes with me, and over the projects over the years, he's co-written quite a bit with me. So it was just, I don't know, it worked out.
Did you know when you recorded it, wait a minute, we got something here?
I did, yeah, I did. I knew that it was definitely AC, and I knew that it would appeal to a broader audience for sure.
My one wish this Christmas, truth be known, I don't wish for diamonds or bracelets of gold. Just come home for Christmas, let him know I'm leaving this light on to guide us.
One of the feelings that obviously we all sort of tag into during the holidays is being grateful. You have a song named Grateful. It's another one of those originals that I love so much. Let's go into that one.
Well, that was also collaboration with Chris Andrew, and so we just write really well together. We've known each other for years, so there's no, you know, you don't have to be embarrassed if you have a bad idea. You know, you can just kind of, I'll just try it out. So Grateful was started out with more of a groove, and then we just built on that. And then I actually had one of my students at the time, I think she was 12 years old, do some backups. So yeah, it was really cute. No, I love that tune too. So I have to say, out of all the recordings that I've done, I love my Christmas album. It's just, it was one of those things where you didn't have to overthink it because you needed it to be released by December, so you couldn't overthink it. And I'm proud of it because I didn't go in and try to destroy it.
And sometimes that's when magic happens, when you don't have time to overthink anything. You know, you're not doing a Steely Dan album, which takes 5-6 years. You just basically go in there and you get into a groove.
I could easily sit on an album for years. But yeah, and I think that's probably the case for most artists. But this was the exception. So, and it is probably the one I'm the most proud of.
Grateful. Let's take a listen.
He says that he will show us the way, the promise of a better day. He can open our eyes to the beauty in front of our face, let our hearts lead the way. An ancient voice is singing, filling the sky. Time, we should all be grateful, we should all be thankful of the gifts that we've been given now this Christmas time. We should all be joyful, live our lives truthful. After all, we're all so blessed.
One of my favorite songs off this album is a song that wasn't traditionally necessarily a Christmas song.
Yep.
Originally from Joni Mitchell's Blue album. She wrote it, of course. Have you known that one for a long time? What was your relationship with that song? Because you've got it on here.
I do. I mean, it's such a great tune. I mean, I respect her in every aspect, songwriting, her musicianship, everything. So, such a beautiful tune, so challenging because it's quite rangy, and yeah, I just wanted to have a couple original, or it turned out to be 3 original compositions, and then have a couple public domain because it's always easier that way, right? And then a few tunes that I really enjoyed, and River happened to be one of them. So.
It's one of those songs. When I first heard it, I got to admit, I cried when I first heard it. Not your version. You didn't make me cry.
I made you.
Johanna could never make me cry. And I mean that in the nicest way. But when I first heard Joni Mitchell's original, in spite of myself, and I was so surprised, and that says a lot about the song, I was 12 and I cried listening to it because of the way she sounds like she's lamenting. And I think most of the versions, I like the way you sing it as well, it's almost like you get into the groove of her words and you're in a spell or something. And a lot of other singers have done the same thing. I especially like your version. But did you get that kind of haunting, lamenting that she does?
Oh yeah, I mean the lyrics are very, very heavy. I mean they're deep and there's layers to it, and I mean it's a heartbreaking tune. So I had fun with it though, because the part that it says, it's coming on Christmas, they're cutting down trees, putting up reindeer. But I kept doing it in reverse. It's coming on Christmas, they're cutting down reindeer, putting up trees. So, yeah, I know, I had a moment. But no, it's a beautiful tune. It's very challenging live, but it's a good challenge.
Let's take a listen to Johanna Sillanpaa and River.
It's coming on Christmas, they're cutting down trees. They're putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. But it don't snow here, it stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money, then I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on.
Our special guest is Johanna Sillanpaa. We're talking about her Christmas album. This is one of my favorite Christmas albums of all time, and it's called
One Wish.
You translated a Swedish original Christmas song on this.
Yeah, I did.
Tell me about that.
Well, I did. There's a number of them. There's 4 of them actually that I included the Swedish version. The one that that is really dear to my heart is "Christmas is Near," and it's such a beautiful, haunting melody. And I just wanted, like I said earlier, like I really wanted North Americans to be able to relate to such a beautiful tune. So,
Oh,
yeah.
sure. So you grew up with this song. It was part of your patchwork from Christmas when you were growing up.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a traditional.
Well, I guess everyone should hear it.
Det strålar en stjärna, vad underligt blir i öster på himlen. Hon står, hon lyste över världens oro och strid i nära 2000 år. När dagen blir mörk och när snön faller vit, då skrider hon närmre, då kommer hon hit, och då vet man att snart